Hey everybody, I'm Heidelin with Austin Entertainment Management's Music Strategy Live, here with my super awesome co-host, Swear Words. What's going on, man?
What's up, Heidi? How's it going, guys?
So I'm a little behind this week, but this week should be a pretty cool episode. We're going to be doing a little bit of reflection, catch some of you guys up with where we've been if you just started tuning in. But the most exciting part of this episode is we've got breaking news. That's right. You're going to hear it here first from Heidelin and Swear Words. That's right.
That's right.
We've got a cool announcement today. So let's start with our events for the week and talk about that. So let's see. On Friday for Pharmapalooza and our interviews that we're doing with each of the bands that are playing for that festival, which is the 9th through the 11th. I should know this. I was trying to get my rental car for this event. Yesterday it was I still don't have a car rented.
Oh no.
But anyway, it's the 9th through the 11th. I got to interview the creators of this venue and this event and their band.
Oh, nice.
Yes, which is Mind's Eye. So we have that one to look forward in the near future. But this week is Black Road.
Nice. Okay.
Yep. Susie
Black
Uzi is
Road.
pretty awesome. I can't wait to hang with her. So check out that interview. That's going to air at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you missed any of the other interviews, just go to halisthebomb.com/Pharmapalooza. And we've got all of those videos playing there. And you can check out the bands and check out their links and listen to more of their stuff and see where else they're playing. You can also find out more about the festival. So if you want to come hang with us, come camp with us, enjoy a lot of awesome music for the weekend, a lot of female-fronted bands. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. So that's Pharmapalooza. And I thought that this weekend was going to be the Jacksonville Music Meetup, but there's 2 Sundays left in April. So we'll talk more about that event. But get it on your calendar. Doesn't matter where it is. It's always at the same time, 6 o'clock. So get it on your calendar. Make sure to go this next time. I've missed the last 2, so I really do need to make it to this next one. And if you want to see what other events that we have going on through Austin Entertainment Management, just go to halisthebomb.com/events. And we've got all of our networking events and other things, partner events that are going on that you can go to. All right, so that's it for events. Are you ready for some reflection?
Let's reflect. I'm ready.
It's always good to reflect a little bit every once in a while, right?
It is, honestly. I know I don't do it enough, but I should, because it helps you kind of bring gratitude into your life too, because you come to appreciate how far you've come. And sometimes when you don't look at that, it's hard to put it into perspective.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. So where have we come from? It was December of 2021 when Hal Austin first reached out to me. For all of you out there that are like, what is this halisthebomb.com? No, Hal really is the bomb. He is. Okay.
Sure.
If it wasn't for his idea, his desire to help musicians and do something a little bit more to support the music community, uh, we wouldn't be here making these videos right now. We wouldn't be collecting these resources to help musicians. Uh, this just wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
And so to start this episode out, I just want to say thanks, Hal,
Thank you, Hal.
for having the
Seriously.
heart to help us out.
Yeah. Yeah, because guys, like Hal doesn't play music and do stuff like that. He's literally just doing this because he loves the community and he loves Jacksonville and he wants to help people. So thank you, Hal.
So as we've been building this up and we've been able to talk more about what we're doing for the music community here, if you like the sound of this and you're a music lover and you're a music supporter and you'd like to help us grow this, every week there's this little donate QR code in the corner. You can scan that and it'll take you to our Buy Me a Coffee page. And you can either buy us a virtual beer or you can sponsor a musician. So details about that, just, oh, it's this way. It's up in the corner. So first off, it started with Hal Austin. And then after I got a piece of his vision, I started figuring out with the resources that I had how this was going to come together. And there was a lot of trial and error of trying to figure out where the best place was going to be. So what I love to talk about, what gives me so much energy, is drawing out whatever that creative idea is inside of you, whatever you've been entertaining in your imagination, and then strategizing to try and figure out how we can make that a reality. In my mind, there is nothing that's impossible. We just haven't figured out a way to do it yet. So having those conversations just gets me all kinds of excited. It fills me with energy. So I really wanted to be able to create a thriving music community by putting groups of people together to be able to talk about what it is that they're creating and have an audience to receive that information that's thinking about it from the perspective of it's not impossible, we just haven't figured out a way to do it yet. Now, Mike was one of the first people that joined me in putting this idea together with this community. And so far, how am I doing, Mike? How am I doing?
You're doing amazing so far, honestly. I feel like our community has grown so much since where it originated from. Our community is freaking awesome, though. The way that like we communicate with each other and we just like support each other and help each other out. It's really awesome because it's really the people that really want to do this deep down inside that want to learn how to utilize these skills to help their careers, especially in music. Like this is a great place for you guys because you are going to be welcome here. We have resources and we have amazing people with amazing insight. And literally, there could be times where you can have a bad day and not even want to be on this meeting or anything, and then you'll just hear Joanna pop up, and she has some sage advice for you, and it makes you feel good. It makes you feel warm, and that goes for everybody because everyone is all such good people with such positivity, and so helpful with everything. It's been incredible so far, and that's just the group itself. But like individually, the growth that we've had and in the group has been really awesome because we've seen each other's progress and we got to cheer each other on throughout that. So it's awesome for people who, like me, like I do get support from my family and stuff like that. But a lot of people around me aren't musically inclined or understand that aspect of my career. So having this community also, it's like being able to have friends that are doing the same exact thing that you're doing and being able to talk about topics that you can't talk about with other people because they just won't understand that aspect. So it's amazing for growth and community. It's a real blessing. If anybody wants to do this, please, I recommend you do this. You will not regret it.
Well, cool. Thank you. I love that. That's a great progress report. Yes. So here's
Yeah.
the thing. We're not perfect.
Hmm.
Part of this experiment, even with coming out with doing our live stream, we are not set up with a perfect situation. We still are missing a lot of information that we need, or in my judgmental head, saying we need to be good. We're missing a bunch of stuff, and we know that. But the thing is, we only have a limited amount of time that we're putting into this project every week. This isn't our full-time gig. This isn't the only thing that we're doing.
Hmm.
And not only are Mike and I taking the leadership with this and helping get people together to have these conversations, but we've got to do all of the, posting the videos and the thumbnails and all of this stuff. So I spend about 12 to 15 hours a week on this project. And Mike's just helping me out part time. How many hours do you put into this a week?
I put in literally 1 to 2 hours a week.
So that's less than 20 hours a week, just consistently a little bit every week. And we try and make it a little better every time.
Yeah.
And with that, it adds up. You get to announce special things on certain days when all of a sudden everything kind of aligns together.
Yeah.
And I bring up that point for all the perfectionists that might be listening right now. If there is something that you want to do and you have not started doing it yet, if it's something that's going to take a little bit of skill and you're going to have to practice it a little bit before you get good at it, before you get perfect at it, don't let those thoughts slow you down. It's okay to be imperfect. It's going to give you a great lesson to learn from, and you're going to be able to make the improvement, and you're going to see the progress and the improvement over time. So, what have we all been working on? That's something else I want to talk about. The people that are in Austin Entertainment Management are musicians that are actively working in the music industry in some way. Other industry professionals, or we've also had a couple people come through that are curious about being in the music industry, but they've just been told that it's hard and scary. So if you are any of those things, you're welcome here. We made this group for you. And I'm excited because we've finally done enough work where we could open it up. The level of entry is much lower than what it was before. When we first started, we were really focusing on how do we support Hal and try and bring in some money to support the services and things that we have to pay for to support the musicians. And so we created a paid mastermind group. And within this mastermind group, every week we've been getting together. And what we do in a mastermind is more accountability than anything else. It's showing up at that meeting. Number one, you show up. You're showing up for yourself in that time. You're showing up for the other people in the group. Number two, you're accountable to what you say that you're going to do. How many of you are like, oh yeah, I'm going to work on that song this week. Oh yeah, I'm going to get the website done this week. Oh yeah, this is going to happen. And then 3 weeks later, you're like, yes, I should probably get on that. It's what happens when you're left to supervise yourself, okay? So if you're really frustrated with your progress and you're like, this isn't happening fast enough, that was the voice in my head all the time, like, why is this going so slow? Sometimes your progress is really slow too because you're getting in your own way. And if you don't have somebody's outside perspective to be like, hey, yo, do you see what you're doing here and what the result is? Like, you're just going to keep stuck in that loop and you're going to be stuck. If you stay stuck long enough, what happens, Mike?
You don't move forward.
Or you give up. You're just like, oh, well, I'm just not very good at doing this social media stuff. Like, I guess I just won't do it anymore. Me once.
Yeah. I've been there so many times.
Social media for a while.
Oh, I know that though.
With having this team, we have like our own personal board of directors basically to be like, you know what, this is my homework for this week and I'm going to get it done. And if we get stuck, if we come back and report, hey, I started working on this, even if you did a little bit on it, like, we're all really happy if you did just a little bit. Mm-hmm. So if you're like, yeah, I'm going to work on this, I'm going to get it done, but you just worked on it and it didn't get completed, no big deal. That's still great. That's awesome. But if you get stuck and you don't know, like, how to even get to the next step, it's great to be able to bring that to a group of people that are working on similar things to you, because usually someone within the group will have a couple ideas of something that you can try. And if nobody in the group knows, somebody in their network probably does, that you can connect them to. So I think we were talking about this, Mike, about your music this year. If you were not doing the mastermind this year, do you think that you would have had your song released, be far along with your music projects as you are?
Absolutely not. Like, I honestly probably would not have even started to be, and I'm like, I'm not even like kissing ass or anything. It's just the facts. Like you said before, like, it's difficult when you're like managing yourself, I used to be like an account manager for like hundreds of accounts for like soda and all that stuff, but I thought like, oh well, if I can manage hundreds of accounts, I could be a stay-at-home dad and manage what I want to do with my life. That should be easy. No, it's completely not. It's not at all. Because when there's no one like breathing down your neck telling you like you should be getting this done, or like if you don't have that discipline, like it doesn't matter how much motivation or inspiration you have. Without discipline, you don't have anything. So like I spent so much of my time trying to find inspiration and find motivation to do stuff, and I'll do it for like a day, maybe I'll do it for 2 days, but like I wouldn't stay consistent. And that's where like AEM helped me, because now it wasn't just me. It's like I was working to help myself, but I was doing it with a team. I was doing it with you. So that aspect of accountability, knowing that like, okay, I have a goal to meet by like the end of the week or the end of the month or whatever it may be. And like, I really want to do this, not for myself, but I don't want to let my team down either. Like, cause we're all in this together and I want to support them just as much as they support me. So that was what really helped me kick my ass into gear. Cause like, I was so motivated seeing what everybody else was accomplishing, and I didn't want to be the one that wasn't picking up their slack. So it helped me push myself to do the things that I said I was going to do. And that's what led to me having the right people in my life, because I was learning how to find those people through you guys, connected with the right people, and I was able to get my song done. And now I don't have those limitations in my mind anymore, and I have better discipline and accountability for my music.
And some people, they're like, oh, accountability, that's like, the micromanaging that they do like at work, right? And so there's this real negative like feeling that comes when you hear that word. And I tried to find like another like word that's like it in the thesaurus, but like there's really nothing better than just using the word accountability for this. I feel like
Yeah.
being responsible for, like, it's you choosing to make sure that you follow through with something that you say that you want.
Yeah.
So if you want it, make it easier on yourself and have somebody just to give you a little push, or somebody that you know that you can talk to that isn't going to try and talk you out of what you're doing. There's that. But
Absolutely.
this doesn't have to be a negative thing. Going back to some of our previous conversations when I was talking about the positive intelligence concepts, where there's two ways to look at a situation. Well, you can think of it like, well, I don't want to go to the meetings and say that I didn't do anything because that like really feels bad. The reason I get stuff done during the week that I say that I'm going to do is because like nothing feels better than you're like, you know what? And I got this done. And sometimes I can be like, and I also like unexpectedly got this done. And then everyone's eyes light up and they're like, oh, awesome. Like that is really what I live for every week. I'm not even focused or thinking about like how terrible it feels when you go and you're just like, yes, I didn't do anything this week. Um, and it's a much more positive motivator, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, in this mastermind over the last couple of months, all of us have really been focused and talking about the concept of increasing our social engagement and creating better online routines
Yeah.
to really like talk to our fans and talk to our audience and be real people with them and really connect. And so we've been talking about how do you build a community and how do you attract the right people? And once you do, how do you create value for them so that they stick around and engage? So in AEM, we're not just like a teaching group, where like you sit and listen. I know that's what happens here. You guys are all out there like sitting and listening and soaking all of this in. But really, it's the hands-on experience that's going to make you figure out how you fit this process into your everyday life. And so as we were talking about this stuff, we decided that one of our collaborations that we would work on together as a mastermind is doing a Facebook group. So, da 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 da, it is time for our grand announcement. We are ready for the unveiling of our AEM Facebook group.
Woo.
It is called AEM Accountable to Music.
Woo.
Yes, that's right. And so, what we're going to do in this group, oh, wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Oh, but we have to be fast. I was getting ahead of myself for a reason. I knew we were running out of time. So, when we started working on this project, what was the very first assignment that I gave you guys, Mike?
We were to look at other Facebook groups and see what we liked the most about them, or what we didn't like.
Right. And I feel like our conversation kind of swayed to like what we didn't like more than what we liked.
Yeah.
And really the things that we did like were cool things that Facebook like builds into the group and makes automated anyway. So like, what was the one main thing that you saw on other music Facebook groups that you didn't like?
So the main thing that I noticed was there was a lot of self promotion, but with no engagement. So it was a lot of people promoting their music or themselves or whatever their projects are, but then maybe one like out of a group with hundreds, if not thousands of people in it. So like that was, I feel like that was kind of defeating.
Yes, and that was huge feedback in how we decided that we were going to shape our page. Because again, we're going back to how are we going to provide value for the people that are coming to our page.
Right.
So we decided that we were going to take a little piece of our mastermind that we do every week in person and introduce people to this concept of what a mastermind is through the Facebook group. So every day at 10 o'clock, there's a new question that pops up. And on Monday, you're going to tell us what you want to get done this week. Later on in the week, we're going to ask if you're stuck on something. Do you need help? We're going to have a referral Thursday. So if you know, like you just came across a resource as you were working on stuff, you're like, other musicians need to know about this. You can post those links on that day. On Sunday, you're going to tell us what you got done.
Yeah.
And we're all going to celebrate. And we're all going to be like super happy and post all of those cute little, like, I don't know, cartoon things, cheerleaders and stuff, you know, like it's going to be a lot of fun. So this is so that you can get kind of an idea of what we do every week in the mastermind. And if you're then interested in finding out more about how you can join our mastermind, you could definitely have a conversation with me or Mike about it. So that's the number one function of our group. So if you want to get some stuff done for your music, you've been procrastinating, you've been putting it off, you want to come to our group, check in every day. 5 minutes. It's going to take you 5 minutes. And what else is really going to help you build your music is networking with the people that are in the group. So if you don't have anything to respond to the question of the day, respond to somebody else's comment that's in there. Or start looking at the other people that are posting in there. Start learning about what music they're working on, what their projects are. So yes, networking. Networking is the second thing that we really want to promote in this group. And number 3 is what Mike was talking about. We don't want to do any self-promotion posts in the group. If you want to do a question post, like if you want to ask a question to the group, those kind of posts are fine. They will have to get approved by the admins first, but those are totally good to go. But if you have something you want to promote, if you've got a new song that's coming out, if you're just trying to figure out what your genre is, if you just want to get interviewed and get some practice in being interviewed, there is a link. When you sign up to the group, you'll find out all about it, that you can sign up and you can be interviewed like I'm doing with the Pharmapalooza bands. When you get interviewed, you're going to have a chance to have your ask for the audience. What is it? Do you want feedback on your song? Do you want feedback on your genre? Do you want, do you need somebody to collaborate with? Whatever it is, what's on your mind that you want the opinion of the community. That's what we're going to do with that. And we're going to use what you're working on as a learning experience, a chance for people to understand what they might be missing in the process, what else they might need to learn. And that leads into the next function of the group. There's going to be guides. And with our Austin Entertainment Management mentors, one by one, I'm bringing them in so that they can do some guides. And the first one that we got done this week was with Joe Welch, the Will Fairy. So if you're paying attention to our page this week, you would have seen our 3-part series, Just Throw Me in a Ditch When I Die. I did say that. I did believe that. And I am going to be taking her Will Fairy challenge this week. And I don't really want to be thrown in a ditch when I die. So that's just me procrastinating on being an adult and taking care of things. But it's okay because she's a ton of fun. So that challenge started today. So if you missed it, it's not a big deal. Come join us in the Facebook group. Check out those guides and keep an eye on her page. She will be announcing another one of these challenges coming up. So don't worry, we can get all of that done too. See, isn't it fun to not procrastinate?
It's so much better.
But what else we're going to be doing is offering that up to the community. If there's something that you want to teach the community because you feel that it's important for someone who's working in the music industry to know, reach out to us. We'll book an appointment, talk about what it is that you want to teach, and we'll set something up just like the Will Fairy did for you to be able to share your knowledge with the group. So Mike has posted in the comments about our link to our brand new group. So when you get in there, introduce yourself. It is brand new and shiny and could use some engagement. So go on in there, say hello, and know that there is a group of admins and people working behind it. And we have been talking about this for the last month or so, planning how to make this an awesome experience for you guys. With that, Mike, do you have any follow-ups? You know, you were a very active member putting this Facebook group together too.
I mean, no, I don't have anything really. I just hope everyone enjoys it.
Have you thought about what you're going to teach in the guides yet?
No, not completely. But I am pondering it. Come up with something good.
Mike's a good teacher.
I try my best.
So we definitely need to learn. We need to learn something that's up there in that brain. So with that, I leave you with this thought. The other thing that's going to make this group successful is if we're talking about topics that are really helpful to what you're working on in the moment. So any suggestions and lessons, any experts that you want us to bring in, I've got a really large network. I will be able to track somebody down who's going to be able to get us a little bit further based on what we're working on. So you can even add to the comments after this video is stopped, put in the comments, what kind of things would you like to see us talk about? And I think that's going to wrap it up for today's episode. We had to run over a little bit. There was just too much happen, too much exciting new things going forward to not run over a little.
It's all good stuff.
It's all good stuff. All right, well, join us again on Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, so you can check out my interview with Black Road for the Pharmapalooza bands, and we will be back with you again for Austin Entertainment Management's Music Strategy Live next week on Wednesday.